Hello beautiful people, these guys are 9 days old. I just want to share with you guys a short update regarding this Abor Acre from Emuoha Victory farm. So this is the second time I'm buying from this hatchery. These guys are doing amazing well. I want to share with you guys an update and also share some tips too why I'm talking and explaining some of my experiences and things I do that makes me to achieve better results in my farming experience, because the essence of this channel is to educate you guys on better means of doing your farming. When you are doing something and you're learning and getting new skills and upgrading in it, it helps your productivity to be much better. So I believe you watching this video, you want to also improve in your farming skills too. So these guys are 9 days old. The space I'm currently using is a small space for the brooding, and they are bigger than this space. So let me just go around. You can see they are bigger, they are crowded already. So my intentions was to just keep them here for some few days, pending when I'll clear off the big beds I have in my main pen. The main pen I have at home that I use for rearing chicks for the essence of this channel. So these guys are already 9 days old and they are big enough to be outside. We're in hot times of the year when the weather is a bit hot, so they are matured enough to stay outside. Here is already tight for them in terms of space, and during afternoon hours it gets really hot. So they are growing up really nice. I only had one mortality, and that mortality, I know I was the cause of that mortality, because if not they were all doing well. Because a particular day when they ran out of water, they soaked themselves rushing to get water. And then afterwards, during the early morning of that day, the heat went out. So I believe that mortality was a result of insufficient heat. So one of the things one have to consider when rearing birds is that you need to reduce the number of times you go into your pen, because humans are the highest carriers of diseases in poultry farming, in animal farming in general. So you need to be very conscious of how you move around your pen. So that's why most times when I'm doing my brooding, especially because I'm doing a small setup, I arrange in such a way that I don't have to be stepping inside. Most times it's just my hands that go inside. See the way I partition this space. This space is quite small. So based on the fact that here is the entrance, I just made a little space around this entrance where I can just get to stand. So I don't walk into the space where the birds are. So in the case, even if I'm using a very big pen, brooding a big space, I try to make sure that these guys have enough feed and enough water, so that the number of times I'm going inside of the pen should just be very minimal, maybe at most 2 times, at most 2 or 3 times in a day. And when you're doing that, before you go in, you need to disinfect yourself. Those are biosecurity measures that every farmer needs to consider when rearing chickens. Your biosecurity is very important, because when your biosecurity is strong enough, that is when your birds or your farm animals will do amazingly well. You see here I'm using this 4-liter drinker and the water is already out. So this is another challenge while using this stuff, because it might run out when you don't know. So I'll be taking them out. I'll get to set up the nipple drinkers for them. So just chill with me guys while I do that transfer. I'm doing this transfer during the cool times of the day when the weather is calm, because when you do these transfers and moving farm animals when the weather is hot, there's every tendency to get mortality because of stress. When the birds are stressed out, it's not good for their system, it's not good for their growth. So you see, so these guys are doing amazingly well. I'm still using these small feeders here. These small feeders just carry feed for a little short while. So what I do in this batch, at this stage, I give them 6 of these feeders for 100 birds. Meanwhile, these birds are 103. It was 104. We have just one mortality on the 3rd day. So these guys are doing amazing well. So just chill with me while I transfer them outside and do my setup for you guys to get to see how far these guys are doing on the open space. So this is the space that these new chicks will be getting into. I've prepared the whole space for them, comfortable enough. These are wood shavings. No, this is best for chicks, especially at a very young age, so that they don't get to pick the if it's sawdust, they don't get to pick it mistakenly for their food. But this wood shaving that has a thicker layer, and this can absorb their stew much better than the sawdust. So it's ideal if your chicks are within the first 3 weeks. It's ideal for you to use wood shavings better than sawdust. Then maybe afterwards, if you don't have access to more wood shavings, you can then switch to using sawdust. So this is nipple line. I'm currently giving them clear plain water. This is the water, there's no medication inside of it. One of the things I do while rearing my own birds is that I try to reduce the medications as much as possible, because I do get feedback from some of my customers complaining about how they watch videos of how birds are being reared with too many antibiotics and vaccines. So I try to cut those things down, because I know to some extent this should have a side effect, despite the fact that there are withdrawal time for most of the medications. So I try to reduce the number of times I give the birds medication. So that's why I try to make sure that my biosecurity is strong enough. So like I can see this setup here. After what I'll be doing here, the only thing that will be taking me inside of this pen is maybe when I want to give them feed, because I'm still using the small trays. So stay with me guys while I transfer them in here. This early morning hours around 7 a.m. So it's best to do these transfers during the cool times of the day. They are finally outside. Check them out. So these guys are already out. So this space I'm using is not too spacious for them. It's not too wide and it's not too small. So it's just comfortable enough for them to jump around and also have space to feed and play. Like you can see these guys over here flying and jumping. So the space is cool enough. This is like a 6 by 8 space. That's where they are currently at. So this space is accommodating 103 birds right now, right about now. So these guys are 9 days old, like I said from the beginning of this video, and they are doing amazingly well. So I just brought them out on the open space. See how well they are jumping and playing around. So guys, please smash the like button and do comments and drop your questions and whatever concerns that you are noticing too as well. We all grow together. So please smash the like button, and if you're not subscribed yet to the channel, please do well to subscribe to help grow this channel to reach out to more people. Thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you guys